Where are we going? Grandpa asked Ben. I don't want to tell you until we arrive, said Grandpa with a smile. But you like it. We are going to see some of the most amazing living things in the world. Ben and Rosie's friends, Max and Alice, were in the van too. They were all feeling excited. Where was Grandpa taking them? A new place with lots of amazing animals. Blum stopped the van. We are here, he said. The children looked out the window. They were at the city's garden. Really, said Max. So we are not going to see any animals today. Or amazing places? Asked Ben. We are going to see some amazing places, said Grandpa. This week there are some very strange and interesting places inside the glass house. They are called arches. After that, we can look at the flower gardens outside. Grandpa at a sign next to the gate, and then he looked at his watch. Oh dear, he said, the gardens are going to close soon. He thought for a minute. We don't have time to do both things. Who wants to come to see the artist with me? I do, said Alice. Me too, said Rosie. Glum, you can show the gardens to the boys, said Grandpa. Max didn't look very excited. Don't you like flowers? Don't you the flower?
Don't you like
Don't you like the flowers? Asked Glum. They are okay, said Max. They are better than okay, said Glum. Follow me. He started to go to the van again. Where are you going? Asked Ben. He pointed to a sign. We have
pointed? T&D, pointed.
To a sign. We have to walk that way to the garden. We are not going to work. Blum laughed. We are going to fly. Chapter 2. Blum pushed a button and the van got smaller and smaller wings grew from it. We are as little as a bee, said Glum. He pushed another button, and now we are the same colors as the bees too, yellow and black. Great, said Ben. Let's go. Glum began to fly the van to the gardens. Because the van was so little, the flowers in the gardens looked big and strange to the boys. There are so many different shapes and colors, said Ben. Glum flew the van close to a beautiful butterfly on a flower. That's it doing, asked Max. It's drinking the sweet nectar inside the flower, said Glum. Whoa, said Ben. Ben pointed at another insect that was flying past them. Look, that bee likes those yellow and blue flowers. Different insects.
Insects. It's first syllable. Insects. Okay.
Insects. And birds get nectar from different flowers. The plants glow. Bees usually like ones that smell sweet. Then they take the nectar back to their hive and make honey with it. I love honey, said Max. The bee left the flower and started to fly away. It's going back to the hive, said Look. Perhaps it's going to tell the other bees about these flowers. How can it do that? Asked Mouse. I know, said Ben. Bees do a kind of dance in the hive. The pattern of the dance tells another bees where to find the right flowers. Whoa, said Mouse. Grandpa was right. Flowers are amazing. Chapter 3. Grandpa, Rosie, and Alice go in one of the big glass houses. It's hot in here, said Rosie. It has to be hot, said Grandpa. All these plants come from places that are warmer than our country. Alice pointed to a side. The orchids are that way, she said. Grandpa looked at his watch again. Fantastic! We still have a few minutes to see them before the garden closes. But when they arrived at the orchid room, a man stopped them at the door. I'm sorry, he said. You can't come in here. He looked very unhappy. Grandpa read the man's name on his badge. What's wrong, Dr. Lee? He asked. Dr. Lee was the scientist who looked after the plants in the garden. People quickly explained that he was a scientist too. Can we help? He asked. Grandpa and girls followed Dr. Lee into the orchid room. Look at this, said Dr. Lee. He pointed at a small hole in the soil. This morning there was an orchid here. There were other holes in the soil too. Some of our orchids were growing on these other plants, said Dr. Lee. They've gone too. Someone has stolen them. Really? Said Rosie. Are there people who want to steal flowers? Yes, said Dr. Lee. There aren't very many of these orchids in the world, so people can sell them for a lot of money. Grandpa was studying one of the holes. The thief only took this a few minutes ago. He said, if we are quick, perhaps we can catch him. Chapter 4. Dr. Lee, Grandpa, and the girls ran outside quickly. The gardens were going to close soon, and most of the people were already walking to the gate. Alice pointed to them. One of those people is probably the thief, she said. But which one? It might be any of them. You are right, said Dr. Lee unhappily. We can stop everyone. Suddenly, Rosie's cell phone rang. It was Ben. He started to tell her all about the bees and the flowers. But Rosie stopped him. She explained quickly about the flower thief. How can we help? Asked Ben. I don't think that you can, said Rosie. But then she smiled. Excuse me, Dr. Lee, he said. Do bees like any of the orchids that have gone? And yes, answered Dr. Lee. There's one orchid that has a strong smell that bee loves. Why do you ask? Rosie smiled. I have an idea, she said. Then she spoke into the phone again. Listen carefully, Ben. When he put down his cell phone, he said, Go online, please, Glunk. We need to know more about that bee dance. A minute later, Glunk was flying the fan fast. Be careful, shouted Max. You are going to hit that hive? We are not going to hit it, said Ben. We are going inside it. Why? Asked Max. We have to do our bee dance with the right pattern, explained Ben. Then the bees will go the way that we want. Glunk flew the van into the dark hive. Chapter 5. A few minutes later, the van came out of the hive. The boys watched as a few bees started to fly out too. I hope that they understood our dance, said Ben. We want them to fly to the gate. Dr. Lee, Grandpa, and the girls were watching too. Look, said Alice. They are flying close to that man with a green bag. They can smell something in that bag, said Rosie. The man was trying to hit the bees away with one hand. He did not see that Dr. Lee was walking to him. Excuse me, Dr. Lee said. Please, can we look inside your bag? The man started to run to the gate, but the bees were still all around him. He fell over and dropped his bag. The bag opened on the ground. Look, said Rosie. He has all the orchids in his bag. The police officer arrived quickly. The thief was going to sell the orchids online. One of them explained. As the police officer took the thief away. Dr. Lee took the orchids back to their room in the glass house. I must put this back in the ground, he said. If I'm quick, they won't be okay. We won't help you, said Grandpa. They won't walk to the glass house, says. When the van was big again, Ben and Max ran to see the others. How can I thank you all? Said Dr. Lee. He took some keys out of his pocket. I know, please come and have something to eat our cafe.
Yes, cafe.
In the cafe, Max pointed at one plate and smiled. Look, he said, there's a cake with honey from the garden bees. These honey cakes.
It's yummy.
Honey is yummy. I'm very hungry. Bye bye.